Hello, welcome to my Scrabble YouTube channel. This is Adam Henderson, and today we will be going over my last game that I played in the one-day Linwood tournament that I played on 10/18. I'm recording this video on 10/19, and this was against Dan Goodwin. Dan Goodwin, he's had some good tournaments. But this was not one of them. You can see that he went from. I lost 10 rating points as well from this last one since I went 3-3, which was below my expectation. But he only won one game, so he went from 1638 and he lost to 1600 to 1596. I don't know if he cares as much as I do about his rating, but I don't know. You tell me. I'm not sure if Dan watches my videos. I thought this was. I felt good about this game, even though there's a reason for me not to be bragging about this game too. But I thought this was worthy of a video, so I'll make it. I'll show you guys this game. Okay. So I just needed to get the correct photo of the game. So he's a Verdi. He goes first. So he goes Vigor. And I laughed when he played this play because I was trying to decide whether I wanted to play Jig or Jog. And I was like, okay, I'll just play whichever. If he plays an I, then I'll play an I, or no, I'll play an O, and vice versa. But in this play, he played both an I and an O. But then, of course, I saw Jog immediately and had to play that. He plays Yep, which is actually really nice for him. Gives him a great comeback of 61 to 40. Yeah, not much to think about here. He plays X. And one good thing about playing Dan is that he never plays phonies. So you don't ever have to worry about challenging his plays. I looked for a long time trying to find a bingo in this rack, but I'm pretty sure there isn't one. And there isn't. So I played. I thought a really long time because it's like even after I figured out there wasn't any bingos on this rack, I was confused on what I should actually do because I always get confused in closed board positions. I ended up playing Cinder, which I regretted right away because he plays Sizer, and he makes the remark, "This is the least bad option," is what he said. I was like, this doesn't seem like a bad option to me. He plays Sizer for 55. So now the score is 147 to 87. I've got some catching up to do. But I can't really do anything on this play. Oh, yeah. I can see that. I can see eared. Anyway, I probably didn't even know eared was a word. I played Q for 10, just bouncing my rack. And he plays Oak. Oh, Okie. I don't know how you pronounce it. Don't know what it means. So saying I should play Trank here. I considered that I didn't like playing 2 E's because I'm down a bingo here. I'm down 71 points. So, and there's actually kind of a vowel heavy pool. I mean, not really that heavy, but a little bit heavy. It's at least not consonant heavy. And I would be keeping two E's. I just really didn't like Trank here. I saw this as well. This is better than Trank for 32, but I didn't like this either for basically the same reason. What did I go with here? I ended up going with just cat. So that was this play. Because I really needed I felt like I really needed to bingo to get back into this game. So that was the reason behind cat. And here I go down by quite a bit after he plays Zeolites. So now I'm down, what is that, 133 points. So I'm not feeling too great about my chances in this game, but I gotta keep fighting on. Yeah, Warble would have been better than what I played, but not a whole lot better. I played Weber's. I didn't feel great about keeping the S spot open, so I wanted to play there. And it also gives me a bingo lane on column N, so that was why I played Weber's. I think that was a good choice. I think the important thing on this turn was I didn't just give up and just. It's tempting when you're down by 133 points early in the game to just give up and just start making plays just to get the game over with. There is a time and a place for just making plays and getting the game over with as quickly as you can. But this was not a spot where I could just give up. I needed to keep fighting. I took the time to find reasonably good plays. Weber's fit that description, keeping a pretty balanced leave of EN. So I lived to fight another day. I did see that I had Honan plus EU. Hopefully Honan is yeah, Honan's a valid word. That's going to come next. He plays Pitt for 27. And when Honan came down, I actually had two other vowels that didn't really make a difference because I was going to play Honan no matter what. So I score 55, and suddenly I'm not in too bad shape. I mean, still in bad shape, but a lot better than I was after. I was really hoping I could get Honan down, and I was able to do it. Scores 281 to, after Honan, 212, and it's Dan to play. He plays Mole. And I kept EU, drew a W, wasn't really happy about that. Yeah, Ucrite was probably not the right play. I played we here. Plays Toad. That takes away the two floaters in the C and the I of Senders. So he's closing down the board. That's what he should be doing, and he's also scoring points. Toad's a great play on his part. But here, oh, I knew this word of multi-tier. Yeah, that would have been great. I've seen this word before. Yeah, multi-tier, that would have been fantastic. I played Trumpier, though, and I thought Trumpy was a word. I didn't know if it was one of those that didn't compare. Not only is Trumpier not a word, but Trumpy by itself isn't a word either. And I thought it was. Anyway, I thought it had a chance. So I wasn't like completely just trying to get one off on him. I think I would have maybe I don't know. I was pretty low on time. That was another thing. So I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna play this, and I got away with it. And I mean, that is one of the things about us autistics is that I guess because I noticed that in a lot of the games I know I'm self-diagnosing, um, and maybe I shouldn't do this, but I notice a lot of the games I watch on stream that um, what is his name, Michael Fagan play. He consistently allows his opponents. Like I just was watching Lake George, and his neurotypical opponents. In this case, it was the winner of the tournament, which was Jason Lee. Are consistently taking advantage of him in every single streamed game and playing a phony bingo on him. I'm just kind of surprised that like even after all this time, Michael hasn't really he just keeps allowing it to happen to him. Um, I'm not trying to blame Michael so much, but I'm just kind of thinking out loud here. But anyway, in this case, I took advantage of my neurotip or my autistic opponent and Dan Goodwin, and I've consistently been able to play phonies against him and get away with it, and I guess I keep expecting him to say enough is enough and start challenging me more, but it just hasn't happened yet. That's all I got to say. Um, like I said before, I'm trying to be unscripted when I make these videos. That's kind of the whole point. Is I kind of get frustrated when I watch um, some of the commentary I see on the stream and some of the really scripted YouTube Scrabble videos out there from Will Anderson and Josh Sokol. I'm trying to be more edgy and more unscripted. That's what I'm going for. Uh, Tell me if you think it's working out or not. And if you tell me it's not working out, I'll probably just tell you to go to hell. All right. All right. What else? So he plays Villa. I played Ox. He plays Belt. And so now you can see, like, after Ox, I was actually ahead, where just a few moves ago, I was behind by 133. Now I'm ahead 356 to 374. He plays Belt, going up by just 6 points, which is basically nothing. And I have a blank on my rack. And I saw Nona. And I saw Nana. But I decided I wanted to keep the N. So I went. And also there was only 3 tiles left in the bag. So I'm emptying the bag where if I just empty the bag and keep 7 tiles on my rack, I at least have the possibility of hitting something to the C or the IT. I guess in retrospect, that possibility was pretty. I'm not sure how realistic it is. The IT is very kind of far fetched to hit, but the C is maybe a little bit more realistic, but still maybe not that realistic. I'm not sure how realistic it is for me to hope to bingo to that C in Cinders. There are a fair number of words that end in C, though. And I did spend, I did have like 4 minutes left in this end game, a little over 4 minutes. So it was good for me to have that time. Actually, I might have even had a little bit more than that. Um, he plays Yag. This is my last rack. I spent a lot of time trying to find an 8-letter bingo to that C that didn't exist. Eventually, I did make my top play of Fritz. I just had to kind of work out the end game. After the game, I determined that I was going to win by 1 point after I played Ion for 7 points, hooking NA in a Fritz, because he was going to play NUS, hooking men and belts. And I calculated the math and discovered that I was going to win by 1 point. But I was a little bit kind of, paranoid because, sometimes you think you've got everything calculated out, and then you get hit right away with a move you hadn't considered or some completely unexpected. But before I show you what actually happened, he says I should have played Formic or Formic. So I'm just curious what. So he plays News. He claims that Formic wins by 1 point. No, it actually wins by 4 points. So that would have actually, Formic would have been better than what I did. So what I did was a little bit. Formic just wasn't on my radar. Okay, so these are just equity plays, so this isn't really the best play. I played a Fritz, and I calculated out that he's going to play News, and I'm just going to play Ion. And Dan didn't request a recount because basically he recounts everything as the game is being played. And Dan is very good at counting up plays. That is one thing he is extremely good at. Dan's just an all-round good player. I mean, his obvious weakness is not playing or not challenging. But he does challenge. But I don't know. It does seem like he does have that weakness against players that he perceives as higher rated than him. Obviously, that weakness also came into effect in that last game that I just analyzed against Nigel Pelletier. I gotta work on my own self-confidence when I play Nigel and other highly rated players. Yeah, we're at 18 minutes. Thanks for watching this video. Oh, actually, yeah. Yeah, okay, this game's complete. Just making sure that I showed you what actually happened in the game. Yeah, please, I'm trying to grow my channel, so big thank you if you leave a like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.